Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to...
Watch, New Jersey cop was hired even after stabbing wife's ex-lover 4 times. Surveillance footage shows the alleged beating of Anthony Moore at Bally's Casino in October 2012. Atlantic City, at age 19, Franco Sidner was convicted of stabbing his wife's ex-lover 4 times. A few years later, he was hired to be an Atlantic City cop anyway. In the next 2 decades, Sidner, a city detective, has been accused of sexual assault, physical assault, domestic violence, and even throwing a handcuffed man into a wishing well, according to details revealed in a federal court hearing this week. In nearly every incident, the city's police leadership found no cause to remove Sidner from the force, and he was never charged with a crime while on the force. The city allowed him to continue to work special details at the casinos, earning extra money. However, a civil rights lawyer told U.S. District Court Judge Jerome B. Simondl on Monday that the allegations show a pattern: the city allows rogue cops to remain on the force, eventually harming people. Jennifer Bonjean is representing Anthony Moore, a Pennsylvanian man suing Sidner and the city for what he claims is excessive police force that left him with major head injuries. Last month, a federal jury in an unrelated excessive force case found the city liable for violating the constitutional rights of Steven Stadler, who was mauled by a police dog during his 2013 arrest. The city was ordered it to pay $300,000 in damages to the victim. In the current case, Bonjean is pursuing the same strategy and seeking more damages from the city. Sidner, 41, has been on the force since 2003. His salary is $106,652. In his lawsuit, Moore, who was intoxicated and attending his brother's bachelor party, claims Sidner struck him repeatedly in the head and torso with a baton and kneed him in the ribs while he was being thrown out of Bally's Casino in October 2012. The incident, which can be seen in the video at the top of this story, was caught on casino surveillance cameras. Sidner was on special detail at the casino that night. Moore is suing the city police department for being deliberately indifferent to the need to train, supervise, and discipline its officers, citing a sham internal affairs system that allowed Sidner to continue to escalate his violent behavior while on the force, according to the complaint. Sidner claims that he didn't intentionally strike Moore with the baton, but said his injuries were accidental and caused by a baton grazing his head. Stephen Glickman, Sidner's attorney, said Wednesday that the department hasn't sustained any excessive force charges against the officer. Everything has to be put into context, Glickman said. The altercation between the plaintiff and Officer Sidner occurred after he was assaulted from behind by the plaintiff's brother. Glickman said the plaintiff's expert in his report said Moore approached Sidner at least 2 or 3 times and that he could have been arrested any one of those times. Court documents filed by Bonjean shows the Atlantic City knew about Sidner's criminal history prior to hiring him as a police officer. He pleaded guilty to 4th-degree criminal possession of a weapon after a 1996 incident during which he stabbed a man, his wife's ex-husband or boyfriend, according to court documents, 4 times in the stomach, chest, and back, according to the documents. In a separate incident, Sidner was charged in 2002 with making terroristic threats after threatening to kill his lover's husband, but the charges were dismissed. Emails intercepted by the woman's husband said Sidner threatened to kill him anytime and that perhaps the newspaper would report that his body was found with his head cut off, according to court documents Bonjean filed. He was also arrested on charges of assault, criminal mischief, and aggravated assault, but wasn't convicted, according to court documents. Although Sidner's criminal history may not have disqualified him from being hired as a police officer, the nature of his history should have put the department on high alert that this rookie should be monitored extra closely, Bonjean wrote in response to a motion to exclude his internal affairs records from the trial. Glickman, Sidner's attorney, wants his records excluded from the trial. Judge Simondl heard arguments from both sides on Monday and hasn't yet made a final ruling. Bonjean is also seeking to use 6 internal affairs investigations to show the jury Sydnor has a pattern of using force against intoxicated casino patrons and later minimizing his behavior by claiming it was unintentional or accidental. What ends up happening, almost invariably, is that Sydnor becomes provocative and taunts, which we see over and over again, and that escalates into a use of force that's avoidable and excessive, Bonjean said in court. For full story visit https://www.app.com/story/news/investigation/watchdog/shield/2018/04/11/Franco-City-History/502330002. Atlantic City Police Officer Franco Sydnor is being sued for excessive force for allegedly beating a Bally's casino patron in the head with a baton. The federal trial is expected to start in May. Court records.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.